right, in this worksheet, worksheet 4-12, we are actually multiplying and dividing our scientific notation. And this is for the class Discovering Pre-Algebra Part 4 on outschool.com. All right, so in this one, first thing I need to do is I need to do a little bit of math, right? I gotta multiply these. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply my 4.6 and my 2.1, and for my tens, I'm going to use that rule of products, the product rule of exponents that we learned a few weeks ago, depending on if you're in the accelerator or not. So that would have been, so that means we add them when we're multiplying exponents. We actually add the exponents, and you should remember all the modeling that went along with that. All right, and I'm going to do my 4.6 times my 2.1, and this is one of those questions. These are the types of questions that I would allow a calculator, so feel free to use a calculator to do that multiplication. And that would be 9.66 times 10 to the 5th. All right, the next one, we take our 2 and our 3.2, and we're going to multiply those together, and we're going to do the product rule on our exponents. So -5 and -2 are being added together. All right, so 2 times 3.3 is going to be 6.3, and -5 plus -2 is going to be a -7. All right, in this one, we want to multiply the 4 and the 3, and we're going to add, use our product rule for 4 plus 3 for our exponent. That's going to be 12 times 10 to the 7th. All right, so remember our quotient rule. When we're dividing numbers with exponents, we can subtract them. All right, so the first thing I want to do is take those numbers, 9 and 8.1, and divide them, and I get 5. 8.1 goes into 9 5 times. And I'm subtracting those exponents, so I'm going to get 5 times 10. 7 minus 3 is 4. All right, again, we got to take our 3.64 and divide it by our 2.6 to find that this part of the problem is going to divide out to 1.4. Now remember, we subtract the exponents when we're dividing, so 5 minus a -2. When we have two negatives beside each other, that turns to positive. So actually this one ends up that we have to add and get a exponent of 7. All right, so anything divided, anytime we take 1 and divide it into a number, it's just that number, so it's just 9.2 on this one. Times 10 to the -8 minus 9. This is like adding up my debt. All right, so I have to go 8 plus 9 and make it negative. That's going to be a -17. All right, so let's talk about the process of changing these into standard notation. Well, for this one, because the exponent is positive, and because of room, I'm going to shortcut a lot. I know the resulting number is more than 1. So I must move to the right. Add zeros in missing place value. And that is going to give us, we already did this one in the last worksheet, 229,000. That's it. All right, explain the process of changing this one. So in this one, because the exponent is negative, the resulting number is less than 1. So I move to the left. I forgot that that's the decimal. Put in parentheses. Okay. So, this isn't in scientific notation. We're changing into scientific notation. Goodness. Most of that is still okay, but I'm going to erase and write because I forgot a very important thing you had to do first, which was find your sig fig, your significant figure. And that is the first number more than 1. And in this one, it's pretty easy. It's the very first one. Now I got to make a decimal out of that. So my decimal is going to be 3.6009. Didn't really make it any smaller. And I have to, the exponent will be negative because the number is less than 1. So a negative exponent. And the exponent will be the number of places the decimal moves. In this case, it only moved 1, so it's a negative 1. All right. All right, there you go. Keep doing it until it comes naturally. Make sure to email me if you have any questions, and I'll see you all in class.